Hey, I'm not the best at probably telling a story, so I'll try to keep this kind of short and sweet. All right, let's try this. By the way, my name is Trick Wallace. This is a Nintendo-focused channel. Please consider subscribing, and I would really appreciate that support. So the other day I got my first hate comment on YouTube. It was pretty simple and straightforward. Someone simply said this person is Andre Dupik. I think they're, I don't know, some other from some other country, because I noticed their channel, they don't speak much English. But he or she said, F yourself promoting on Reddit. So that was pretty simple, straight to the point. Honestly, at first, it just made me laugh. I kind of almost was looking forward to the eventual time when I would get my first hate comment, because I know it's inevitable and it's just part of being on YouTube and you just have to get used to it. And it just kind of made me laugh, and I was like, okay, that's funny. It's just, whatever. So after I got the hate comment, about 45 minutes later, I opened YouTube, and I had been at around 40 subscribers. And when I checked, all of a sudden I was up to about 77. Which, if you know anything about YouTube, especially starting out, you go at a snail's pace at first, maybe getting, if you're lucky, 1 to 2 subscribers per video you post, even if they're decent. So to jump up 30 subscribers in one evening was astronomical. So at first I just kind of wrote it off. I said, okay, well, I don't want to get too excited because maybe it's a glitch, maybe they're all just going to go away. But I was very excited. Honestly, I was shocked. I thought, well, man, what did I do? Did I hit something amazing with the algorithm, or I didn't know what had happened. So flash forward about another 45 minutes or now, and I get a message on Reddit from a user by the name of, hold on a second, I believe it's pronounced Killer Pickle. So Killer Pickle simply said, hello, it's me from the comments on your post in Our Descenders. I asked some people to sub to you and got you 66 subs. My goal is 100. And I was like, what? Like, that's very strange for a complete stranger to do that. So it really took me off guard, but I wrote back to him. I said, dude, you were so freaking kind. I was wondering why my subs were shooting up. I don't know what else to say. You should have seen my face when I opened YouTube with 77 subs and had no idea why. LOL. He said, so he wrote back, thanks, happy to help, and he'd like to see more Descenders content. And we kind of had a little bit more back and forth. So we had a little bit more back and forth and chit-chatted for a moment. And so I realized that the hate comment was because he was taking my video and sharing them in all kinds of subreddits that probably wasn't the place to share it. And maybe that's not considered the best, Reddit or whatever they say, but I was just absolutely floored by the fact that someone who's a complete stranger would do that for me. I honestly got pretty emotional when I realized what was happening and that someone was doing that for me. The only downside was that I noticed in some of the subreddits that he was posting in, people were saying, hey, it's not a good look to pretend you're someone else and promote your own channel. And I was like, oh, crud, that's what the hate comment was about. The hate comment was because they think I made some sort of fake account and I'm on there and I'm self-promoting myself. I don't really have a solid way to prove that's not true. I will say that I looked through Killer Pickle's post history. It's quite a long one, and he's got pictures of his pug, which I don't have a pug, and it's pretty obvious that he seems to be of a student age, because I think he's been posting memes about going to class and things like that. And he also has braces, which you can see I don't have braces. So, yeah, maybe I can put some of those pictures up. Again, that's not definitive proof, but I don't really know how else you go to prove something like that. Any of my friends and family would know that it would be very weird for me to do something like that. It's just not in my nature to be deceitful or be scummy like that. And I didn't even feel the need to. I felt like I was making decent progress. I've only made 6 videos, so at 40 subs, I felt pretty good about myself anyways. It wasn't like I was needing it desperately or anything like that. What really floored me, though, was that I know they say when you're starting YouTube, you should avoid trying to do sub for a sub like the plague. If you don't know what sub for a sub, it's when you just get on someone else's channel or on one of this, or on some other social media page and say, hey, if you sub me, I'll sub you back. And I know they say that's horrible for your channel because basically you just get a bunch of subs that aren't looking at anything you're making, and that basically just sort of torpedoes your channel. So, I mean, I was avoiding that like the plague. So that was my first bit of anxiousness. I thought, okay, what happens if I get a bunch of subs and they're not even watching anything? But what really floored me about the situation was the fact that not only were my subs growing, but my views were growing exponentially. And all of a sudden I had dozens of comments in my comment section, other than the one bad one. They were all super supportive. People said they liked what I was doing. They said they liked my personality or something along those lines, which was overwhelming to hear. Because I think, like most people, I probably deal with a little bit of self-hatred at times. Well, maybe self-hatred is the wrong word, it's too strong, but maybe just self-doubt, not thinking that I'm worthwhile of watching or whatever like that. But yeah, thankfully those subscribers are turning into viewers, which is like, that's like super awesome. So if you're on this channel and you're new, like, I love that you're here. I love that he didn't just like give a link to my channel or anything, that you had to like type it in and find it, and that you got to see what I was making before you subscribed, so that you could see if it was something you were actually interested in or not. So hopefully you enjoy what you see. I'm a full-time working dad, so I'm just making the content as fast as I can. There was a brief gap where I didn't make anything for like 2 months, and someone in Reddit commented like, why would I subscribe to a channel that has only made 6 videos in like 4 months? But I've made about 4 videos in like, I don't know, a week and a half or so. So I kind of had a bit of a false start at the beginning, which actually didn't go badly. I just sort of started and realized I wasn't fully ready to quickly move out production of videos. So in conclusion, I just want to say huge thanks to Reddit user Killer Pickle. I don't know your real name. I'm super grateful. I will at some point, especially if my channel gets any sort of real clout, I'll try to pay it forward and maybe plug someone else who's plugging along, try to give them a hand up and doing this. And I'm not naive. I know that 150 subscribers, which is where I'm at now, which is crazy, 150 subscribers. But like I said, I'm not naive. I understand that that's not like I've made it, but it's a huge psychological hurdle to get over 100 subs, especially for anyone who's tried YouTube. And to basically have that handed to me by a complete stranger on Reddit is a really big deal, and it means a lot to me. And well, I don't want to get emotional, but anyways, but it meant a lot to me. I just really thankful. It was a healthy reminder of something that I feel like I already knew, and that is that your friends and family, and even a lot of strangers, actually want to see you succeed. I actually work at a job where I'm around a lot of teenagers, and I can tell you that even though some of them drive me nuts, my ultimate desire is to see them be successful in what they want to do in life. There's one thing that I've been reminded, and that I hope you get out of this, is that people do want to see you be successful, even if they don't know you. Your success, honestly, for most people, your success will mean a better life for those around you and those you have an influence on. So I think that's a healthy reminder that if you are going out and trying something new or scary, that's out of your comfort zone, that there are people cheering you on. I'm cheering you on if you're trying something like that. So if you see this video and it resonates with you, please try to think of maybe someone in your life who you know is going out on a scary adventure, whether that's a new business or a new hobby like this, where it kind of puts themselves out in front of the world. Try to think of them and do what you can to boost them up, to subscribe to them, to say encouraging words, to share their content. If they're a musician, share what they're doing. If they're an author, share what they're doing. If they're a blog writer, share what they're doing. Especially if you see that there is some like base level of talent there that needs to be nurtured and grown. I guess essentially what I'm saying is prove that I'm right, and the fact that I believe that most people do want to see each other be successful. I don't really know what else to say. Anyways, thank you, Killer Pickle. I don't know why you did what you did. It's super nice of you. Honestly, even if my channel makes it to 1 million subscribers, you will probably be one of the ones I think about the most. So again, thank you so much. Like I was saying, I think most people want to see each other succeed, so maybe take some time out of your day to find someone that you know is pursuing maybe a new business venture, a new hobby, whether it's, performing music or writing or making YouTube videos or anything that really puts themselves out there. Please consider taking your time out of your day to maybe throw them to maybe send them a helpful comment or subscribe to what they're doing or share it to other people or whatever. I don't think people realize when you're first trying something like this, like how big of a deal that is. Every little tick of a number up is a huge deal at this point. And it keeps you going mentally and emotionally and spiritually or whatever. I don't know. So, all right. Once again, this has been Trick Wallace. If you like what you've seen, Please consider subscribing. Obviously, my videos are not going to be like this hardly any of the time. They're going to be gaming videos, so that's really what you're subscribing for if you subscribe. But I hope you have a great rest of your day. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. If you're seeing this before Thanksgiving, and I hope you stay healthy and safe, and just I don't know, eat a lot of food and get really sick. All right, I will talk to you later. This has been Trick Wallace. Later.